Okay, so now we have the Xbox 360 console deassembled. We've got the main board, the chassis, and the DVD-ROM unit, which I've slightly lifted out because we're going to need to lift this out in a bit, and I'll show you to lift it out and put it back in. It's no hard task by any means, but anyway, first of all we're going to need a few preparations before we carry out the flash to prevent any bricking. Number one, you're going to need this SATA card here. It's a VIA 6124A SATA RAID controller card, and it goes in any PCI slot on your motherboard. PCI slots, if you're not sure what it is, you need to take the side chassis cover off, and it's those white slots there, you will see. So you need one of these first. You're also going to need one of these SATA cables. These pink ones are pretty good. I got the SATA card and the cable for £10.50 off of eBay in British pounds. You're also going to need the power brick, obviously, and this is going to have to be plugged in at the back. And also you're going to need your standard graphics plug lead for the Xbox 360. You're going to have that plugged in. That is so that the console doesn't power off at an inconvenient time while flashing the Xbox 360 drive. You don't need to plug it into the TV, it just needs to be plugged into the back. So we do that now. I'm just going to put the camera down here for a second. And hey presto, that's done. Okay, now the next thing you're going to need is you're going to need some crocodile clips, which I'll go and get. So you need a pair of crocodile clips right now, and you need to connect one end to the Xbox 360 chassis as best as you can, and then it doesn't matter what kind of crocodile clip it is, as long as it's got a metal layer on it. Stop short-circuiting. So there you go. Now you'll be able to safely flash this. Many people have actually bricked their drives because the current that's running through the PC is a lot higher than that of the Xbox console, so you don't really want to brick your drive, otherwise you're in the shit. Okay, so now the next thing to do is attach the SATA card to your PC. You just put the camera off a bit and watch. I always use the bottom PCI slot. Make sure that the card is sitting nice and flush when it's pushed in to stop any bad flashes or any read errors, which is not good. Next you want to connect this SATA card to the back of the drive. I'm just going to show you how to do that. Okay, so I'll put the camera here so you can see. Take the 360 drive out, not damaging anything, and you'll notice on the back here I've already unplugged the SATA cable. This SATA cable is the 360 SATA cable. Right, you want to take this out of that black slot there when you take the drive out. Leave this one in. That's the power connector that will enable you to power the 360 up while it's flashing. We're going to need that. Okay, so take one end, and it doesn't matter, one end of the SATA cable, which is this pink one here, and plug it in the end like so. Then when you've done that, sit the Xbox 360 down. It doesn't matter if it's leaning out of the case at all, but it would be a good idea if you set it right back down again, so you can use the open eject drawer button. Just hang on a sec. it's sitting down nicely. Voila! It's now nearly back. There we go. It's back in. There we go. So now we have the PCI SATA RAID controller card plugged into the PC. We have prepped to make sure that the PC won't short circuit the drive out, and it's always a precaution. It's a rare instance, but you must do it anyway. And we plug the SATA card in, cable in, sorry. So now we're going to plug this SATA cable into that SATA card. Bear in mind, a lot of people on forums said that you shouldn't plug it in until you get to SAC's boot disk, but which is utter rubbish, because I actually flashed this drive without doing any of them. So all you need is basic PC knowledge to do this. I wouldn't advise flashing this drive unless you don't know anything about changing from boot devices and how to use Windows properly, and plug it into that port there facing where the chassis is. You will have to take the chassis side off, you will. Okay, so there's. Now we're ready to flash the drive.